Hello and welcome to round 3 coverage from the United States Disc Golf Championship here on JomezPro. We are in Rock Hill, South Carolina at the Winthrop Arena course, and you've got Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, BigSexy right here with you.
We're here, third round, chase card, hot, Rock Hill, USDGC. Oh my goodness gracious. It is a beautiful day for scoring. The wind is up just a little bit. The heat is not really down that much. It really should be by now. What's going on?
Look at James, 100%, 17 for 17.
And that's
C1X.
Through the first 2 rounds, correct?
Yep.
Wow.
And we've got Drew, second place in the field, 50% birdies out here on this super difficult course. Chris staying in bounds, 0.139 on the OB rate, only the 5th ranked in the field. So only a few players going OB less than he is. And Alex, C2, 45%. That's an unreal number.
Yeah, that's something he's been using all year as a huge strength in his game is great sidearms. We're going to see that today. Or great forehands. I'll never be able to make the adjustment. I'm not going to apologize.
He's an incredible putter, though, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, he's a big-time putter. And he just putts so, it's just like nonchalant. Very effortless, just kind of steps up like he doesn't really care, but he cares. You know, that you wouldn't be on chase card at the USDGC if you didn't care.
And look at this fan from Conrad.
I'm a fan of James Conrad. That could have been a picture of me.
On the fan.
On the fan, that's what I mean.
We're going to see Conrad throw his signature AVR again here, looking for that perfectly straight flight.
I could be wrong, but I think this is a different version of the same disc. So maybe he's going something a little bit more overstable, maybe a brand new version of it, and he's getting a great result. Good reaction off the hillside, and
see it one more time. He's starting this down the right side. It really is barely moving left at all, just pretty much going straight, and he gets a friendly skip.
Yeah, he really did. That's some nice action on the ground there, and he still would have been 32 feet away, and now he's only 20.
California, Drew Gibson.
Drew Gibson, another player who really leans heavy on the putters. Anytime he can throw a long, straight putter, he's going to go with that shot. And actually, he's got the rock in the hand, actually. I'm surprised by that play.
A lot of hyzer angle here.
And got the skip forward.
Nice.
Good result. I got to say, he's one of the top 5 throwers in the field. Oh, we already got the double FollowFlight coming at you, folks.
Ooh, magenta.
You know, Drew Gibson is one of those players that at any point, you just can imagine him popping off a super low number.
Yeah.
Especially on this field, but he's already averaging 50% birdies on these scores. Wow. That's amazing. He keeps the disc in bounds today. We could see something special from that kid.
Looks like a putter from Chris.
Just to clarify, kid is a term of endearment in my book, but maybe not to everyone, so it's not a slight. Okay.
Beautiful shot.
Triple FollowFlight coming forward right now. We had a quad FollowFlight last year.
It feels like we could see it again. You never know. It's up to our final player.
Come on, Alex. And I feel like Alex is going to go with the forehand here. He's just such a forehand-heavy player. And he's got the driver in hand. I don't know what type of fairway driver that is, but
Let's put a Firebird guess out there.
I think that's probably fair.
Flat top.
And
Nice and low.
Yeah. That can just get a very minimal skip. That'll be, yeah. Go ahead and cue it up. There's going to be a quad. No? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Here we come.
Okay, giving the people what they want.
And we see that forehand picante.
I love this. Oh, man, it's like 4th of July, but it's October 4th.
I like seeing how, obviously the timing is all synced up. It's cool to see like which one got there the fastest, which one got there a little slower.
I love
really
it.
Fun to compare.
Huge shout out to the editing room. Michael Fouché. Oh, boy. Drew Gibson in for the birdie first.
Nice.
And once again, hole 1 coming in at the second easiest on this course at 2.76, a very similar number to the round 2, and I believe round 1.
Yeah, it's somewhat savable. If you do find that hazard, you probably see quite a few players make that putt.
Yeah, it was 2.75 in round 2, 2.76 in round 3. So
In large part, thanks to these fellas putting down a star frame on the very first hole. Incredible. And there's $25 to charity.
yeah, have we seen that yet on Jomez, the first 2 rounds?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's not easy to get them out here.
yeah, definitely not.
Hole 2, par 4, 444. You guys know it. Low ceiling drive, straight as you can. Maybe a little right finish, if anything. Get down onto this lower level. Then you've got the mandatory tree. You got to get around that, play your forehand most likely, and take a skip into the half circle and see if you can get a putt. This green is just so well protected. If you don't have the right angle, you're probably not going to make it happen.
4.03 average in round 2, 4.02 average in round 3. We got some eerily similar numbers.
Oh, man. James has grip locked that, and he's going to find the early right woods.
It'll be a miracle to save par from that tee shot. Whereas Drew has given himself an opportunity. That angle I like, but
I think he's too short.
yeah, he being short and left is better than being short and right, but
Yeah.
that still I don't think is long enough. Whereas this looks really, really good. This
That's
is
how
ideal.
You do it with the backhand. That was really nice. The slight turnover, flat finish, just extending the distance of the shot.
Alex Russell just wants to get that thing flat, get a little bit of skip now, and ride down the hill. Oh my gosh, he makes it look
he
so
went too
easy.
far. He's
That's
going to be able to stick a foot in there, though.
yeah, that should be no problem for Alex. That's just a 1 foot out to the sidearm around the corner.
James in such a difficult place here.
Just to get to a spot where you can get up and down.
I don't think that's a spot.
No.
I mean, certainly without using a forehand.
Yep. He's going to have to do like maybe a cut roller, maybe a backhand tricky roller, or just try to take your medicine, play for the bogey, and move on.
Drew plays that skip shot to the opening. That's probably a 50-footer.
Yeah, and without getting like hyper aggressive and really risking maybe hitting the mandatory tree, you really aren't going to do much better than that from there.
Okay, here we go. James going to go for that skip play. This is well done.
Yeah. Definitely that's about as good as you're going to be able to do in 2 from that spot
Yeah.
off the tee.
Chris should have a lot better angle.
Oh, and that's really wide. That's going to need to get it didn't
Yeah.
move. That's got to be moving so fast at that width.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be happy with that effort.
And Alex can't step out. He's got to throw from in the corner, but I think he's going to be fine with that. Yeah.
Wow.
Easy work there. That's going to be a bullseye hit for Alex Russell. He's going to take a birdie on the first 2,
Great shot.
whereas James has got this long par save from 55.
And
Man.
that might be a problem.
Oh, wow.
As you see Drew just lay that up, he wants no part of those trees.
Oh, Chris,
Just low.
tough effort from there, having to put a little anhyzer on it. But James, now this is for 5, and he is deep in the woods. He may even be outside the circle there. He is. Oh, my goodness. What
Great
a bogey save.
putt, James. Clutch. That was really about best case, considering where his drive went.
Yeah. Having to fight for that bogey. Alex not having to fight too hard for his birdie. It's going to bring him to 11 down for the event. And there's a little separation as Alex was at 9 under. He was 3 back at James to start the card. That's usually at this point in this stage in the event, everything's going to be so tight, but there's a little bit of separation there.
On to hole 3 in the B position, par 4, 738 feet. Obviously wide open drive, big turnover to fade or a roller here. Get out 500 or so feet to set yourself up for a chance to go through these Vandos. And as I said, we're playing the B position, the more left of the 2 baskets that you see here. No out of bounds to speak of near the pin. So this is the easier position, but it's all just about getting in a spot off the tee where you can attack the Mandos.
Alex is lining up the roller play. And really the trick here is you think off the tee when you initially stand up, I want this thing to move right. In all actuality, you really just want it to go straight forward. Like this has moved way too far right. And I don't think it's got nearly enough distance to feel comfortable attacking into.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tricky.
Drew going humongous shot. And this thing drifting to the left is exactly what you want to see at the end of the flight. That's going to maximize that angle. That was a huge tee shot.
I don't even know what his arms are made of. It can't be the same stuff my arms are made of.
Did you ever play Mortal Kombat? You remember the character Jax? He just had metallic arms.
Okay. I don't think I really played it, but I can envision it so clearly by the way you're describing it.
Yeah.
Metal arms.
Yeah, metal. Exactly.
Yeah.
Chris Dickerson is
that
just
was
thrown.
a bomb.
Yeah, Chris Dickerson gets a lot of distance behind his tee shots.
That was the best shot I've seen on this, I feel like.
Yeah. James.
Oh, boy, this is going to be really far from the Mandos.
Yeah. This is drifting so far left. There's no
We'll see what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very risky shot. You'll see what he thinks. He's got the mid-range in his hand.
Wow, he is going for it, it looks like.
It does look that way.
Oh, and he's going to hit it. He has
What
made
a
the
shot.
That is so difficult to do with that much open space to focus on that narrow gap from 350 feet.
And Alex going through.
Wow.
No problem.
That's an incredible shot. And rolling back around the pin to 25, 27 feet, something like that.
Great shot from there. A little out of position, but really a good angle for his forehand, and he proves it. Drew just makes this look so easy with the putter.
Yeah, that's great. And that may have been a rock again. I don't know if he's going putter there or not.
Maybe. Look at how close Chris is.
This
is an incredible drive.
That is so hard to get there.
Do you see the 738 part in the top corner of the screen? And did you see how soft he threw that? I mean,
and he pushes
massive.
600-foot drive there, it seems like.
Massive drive.
Incredible. And such a fantastic second shot. It's so risky. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that play unless I guess he did catch a little bit of the tree up top.
He did.
So he could have been close enough to maybe make a putt.
Yeah, 5 feet lower, and I think he's probably
within putting range.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 for 3.
And all 4 players threw the mandatory in 2 shots. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, it is.
Drew. Testing the right side edge of the basket. Passes the test, collects the disc, moving on to hole 3 or to hole 4 with a 2 under on his scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
Chris
Whoa.
Dickerson not taking the normal time, and we see him on those putts and paying the price there.
Wow, how disappointing.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing that.
Not from anybody at this level, but
yeah,
man, that's just a little lapse in focus.
Yeah,
it just hurts. Somehow it hurts even worse when you had that amazing drive.
Yeah,
and then you're like, well, this is so great. It's such an easy upshot, and then all of a sudden you're writing down par. Hole 4, par 3, 299, all kinds of mandatories. You got to make the first double mando and then the second double mando up here if you're looking for that birdie. All kind of 2 ways to play it, as you've been seeing. You can either go fast off the tee, really throw hard and try to make both. I don't think Alex is going to do that with his putter. He's just trying to go straight up the middle. He's done it perfectly. And if you play that way, I mean, you're just looking for a 3, which is a good score here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Drew lining up that rock again. He's trying to make both sets, it looks like, and he's just barely off. If that had stood up just a bit more, I think he would be through both mandatories. Chris Dickerson is lining up. He's going for both mandatories, and he has split this right down the middle, getting the skip. Not quite through the second set, but that's right at that 45-foot range where you can see the drop zone for the second set of mandatories if you missed that.
I think, is this a DX Rock 3? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. And James also going for both sets, and that's going through, folks. That's going way through. That is how you do it. If you watch James Conrad's pro tips, you'll see he knows how to throw it right down the middle. I believe that's JomezPro.com/Patreon content.
I think you got it backwards.
Jomez.
Patreon/JomezPro.
Okay.
And these guys, Alex for sure executing the game plan perfectly. I think Drew was trying to make both, but he'll take that result.
That's how
Chris just strikes from 45.
That's what we see from Chris Dickerson. Full extension, hanging it out there. He knows right at that halfway through. He knew exactly where that was going.
That was great. That's why his wife calls him the limestone laser. That's a big putt.
Shout out to Brittany. You know, she loves that nickname probably more than anyone else.
She came up with it, actually. And James in for a birdie. That's 2 birdies on this hole. That is so, so rare. Alex perfectly in for par. Andrew makes par. That's really well played. I don't think there's going to be a lot of groups matching 2 under.
11 players able to birdie hole 4 in round 3.
Speaking of birdies on hole 4 and hole 1 and hole 2 and hole 3, we've got Albert Tom.
Yeah, he is on fire. 4 down through 4, and what a season this man from Estonia is having. My goodness, he has really put his name out there as a consistent player.
He is, I mean, European Open, he's doing it. You know how he goes. He kind of gets it back here and he lets loose, and he's doing it now out here at Winthrop. Dangerous player, big power, and moving, looking for a spot on that lead card the way he's starting out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Friday at the championship. It is time to make moves, and these guys are out here with hot starts. You see it all over this card, and it's all over the course. There's a feeling in the air. It's hot. It's time to make some moves.
All right, on to hole 5, 1,025-foot par 5. Get right off the tee pad as long as you can, but with a right finish, play the layup, then play that crossing shot, making sure you make the mandatory that doesn't allow you to go around the trees at the end of the lake. Looks like a mid-range here.
Chris has got a nice angle on this. It's just going to drift and sit right in the middle of the fairway. At no point was that in any danger. It's kind of how you draw it up. The place to get aggressive is not the first shot. This is the place where you want to go. Yeah. Just throw whatever shot you know is going to get you in the most bulky part of this fairway.
Yep.
And James Conrad, once again, going to that DX Rock 3. I didn't even know that was in his bag, but he's making it look like it's been a part of his bag for years.
He uses it with some regularity, I feel like. It's his flippy mid.
Didn't say it wasn't. Just didn't know. Drew, however, has maybe overcooked this. This needs to sit down.
Oh, no. No.
And that has fallen over the edge, and that's one of those mistakes that you just got to shake your head about because there's no need to get that much distance unless you're trying to go across in 2.
And this will be showing off Alex's power, which is pretty significant. He can rip forehand. He throws a lot of bosses.
Yeah.
And he really gets good distance.
And Chris, again, going another mid-range off the tee. This is just the play to that position, leaving yourself about 360 feet to the pin. And he has executed another perfect shot. Not getting too close to the water.
But just the right amount of close.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be too close to the road either, though. And that leaves a lot of distance left to the pin.
Big, wide shot over the water.
No, that is so unfortunate. He threw that so well.
Oh, man.
That's a tough break. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Just get a skip for the guy.
Drew scaring away some of the local bird
And that's actually pretty short.
scene.
You know, don't you
Yeah.
think that's a little
Yeah,
shorter
that's
than he intended?
There's no need to play it that short. Drew probably just a little frustrated with that tee shot and maybe losing a little bit of focus. 'Cause he could go another 100 feet and not really put the water in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he likes that distance. I don't know. We'll see here. This is
not like the distance will be an issue for him, but
I'd
closer
say,
is generally better.
Yeah, he's definitely over 400 feet, and he's going big hyzer, and this needs to move forward. Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that's huge. He's going to leave himself at 33 feet. That will be for par. He's not in love with the shot, but I don't think it was a bad effort from there. The game plan is set for Chris once again. I believe another mid-range just going straight at the pin.
That is so cool. Just 3 mid-ranges is all it takes.
And this is something that I wanted to talk about in the first 2 rounds. I haven't really had a chance to do it up until now, but this goes along with the design philosophy that Stan McDaniel and Harold Duvall really like, which is that 350, 350, 350. And that's essentially what Chris Dickerson just did there, and James Conrad as well.
James kind of showing him up, going mid-range putter.
Yeah, well, either way, he threw whatever way you can get to 3 shots that are all accurate at that distance at the 350 range. As Alex Russell skips into the bullseye as well, he's going to save his par.
Great recovery.
And grab his disc out, which is fortunate. He'll be able to throw that for the rest of the round.
Drew for par.
And he'll have to settle for an unfortunate bogey.
Thank you again to all of the supporters on Patreon, our #1 funding source to keep the coverage coming out.
Yeah, look at that SloMez squad, man. It's just racing through. There's so many of you guys. So appreciative of all your help.
On to hole 6, the beach. 371-foot par 3, OB on the right, water on the left, and the sand is where you want to be. So these guys are going to throw fairway driver most likely, or maybe like slow distance type speed 10 or less, I would think, with their power, and try to throw a flat release with some good commitment and get that one hop onto the sand.
Yep, Chris is definitely throwing a fairway driver of some sort. And this is out wide, and that's looking like it's going to get the right amount of angle at the right time.
If this isn't deep, it's fantastic.
Oh,
He
has hit a
stake.
stake. That was certainly going to go out of bounds. That was...
Whoa, tornado coming through. I did not see any of that when I was on the course.
Well, I definitely... The wind was certainly more intense in round 3 than it has been in the first 2. And when it comes into this stretch right here, this is where it really shows the difficulty on the course.
No, stop.
And James has gone long out of bounds. You
Wow.
basically have to be on the beach on the backside to be in bounds. They really cut it tight behind the pin.
And this might also be pushing deep. A little bit of turnover on the disc. Is it going to get to the sand?
Oh, he had the nose up on it, though. That slowed it down nicely.
Nice. Just a meter or so short of the rope, and he's going to have that putt for birdie.
Drew going with the patriotic flair of a champion under T-Bird. I don't know which one that
Could even
is.
be Firebird. This
Yeah,
guy just
yeah, that's true.
hammers discs.
That very well could be the disc that he chose. It had a lot of stability there at the end. And James, don't buy the 60 feet, but I do buy the birdie. Par, excuse me. I do buy the sweet putt. I believe that's a 48-foot drop zone, but either way.
That's about right. Beautiful save. Nothing but water behind it. Really a nervy putt.
And to be fair, Michael, our editor, is not a feet guy. He's from South Africa.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite understand the concept of feet yet. He's still in meters, so he's just guessing, I think, at this point.
Wow, and Chris barely high there on his birdie attempt after that fortunate bounce off the stake.
And that's going to be 2 missed putts from Dickerson, and he's still 3 under par. Can you imagine putting together such a round? He's cleaning up all those putts. Drew, He's at 2 under. Alex is at 4. Chris is at 3. James is at 2. These guys are definitely trying to make moves early on this course and moving day, and they're doing a good job of doing that.
On to hole 7, par 3, 284, triple mandatory here. So you've got to go through the gate and underneath the top construction there. You got to get below that to be legal. If you hit the fence, you can be in a spot where you could make the putt. If you miss it altogether, you're going to the drop spots and you're probably making 4. Also, OB long at that fence and at the street.
Alex is going, just trying to rip it through with the sidearm, doing so well, and he'll be inside the circle putting for birdie.
Tester putt, but really nice drive.
Looking to go 5 down through 7.
Wow.
Incredible start for Alex. And Drew going low rock. I don't think this is going to get all the way to the gate, but like you said, still an open putt.
Yep.
Opportunity to make that putt.
And when you think of Alex getting that unfortunate anti-skip back into the water.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's nearly playing perfect to his game plan considering he laid up hole 4.
Yep.
So he is really firing on all cylinders so far.
Mm-hmm.
Good shot by Chris. Sneaks
Chris
it in there.
Yeah, Chris is as well off the tee. He's essentially throwing just about perfect.
Mm-hmm.
James, that is just, you can't throw it any better
It
than
just
that.
doesn't seem like a shot like this. Like, I feel like James maybe hasn't even noticed the bamboo.
I know. That's so unfair of an advantage. Well, it's a fair advantage.
Yeah.
But it seems unfair the way he does it routinely, time after time.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
It's like that shot requires a lot of technical skill.
Man, Chris is struggling with the putter so far.
Oh, man, it just doesn't, you can't have that kind of day on Friday at the championship.
Alex just charging. His putt looks great.
Mm-hmm.
James makes birdie, moves to -3.
And he's still leading the card at 15 under. I mean, 3 under through 7 is a great start. That's kind of,
It is.
when you cross the road here, I'm thinking 3, 4 under, you're off to a great start. And even with that bogey on 2, James is still putting together a really good round. So is Alex. I mean, so are all these players. I mean, Chris is just, if he cleans up these putts, watch out.
Mm-hmm. Hole 8, par 4, 697. OB on that left side. Mandatory pull up there to stop you from going over the baseball field. And then you've got the pillars trying to block you as you get up here on the short side of the green. You might have that right in the way of your putt and have to straddle out and hit an awkward one. Forehand is a popular choice here, and you're going to see why. This moves away from the out of bounds.
And just barely getting inside that last tree. That thing, if that hits that tree, it takes you almost immediately out of that good birdie position where it is right now.
This you don't see very often. You see the hyzer forehand and the hyzer backhand. You don't see very many people go straight up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But James does it with that rock 3, I believe. Drew going to show us that slight hyzer line.
And flipping up nicely to land flat. That's a beautiful throw. That's what I'm talking about with his form and his power. Drew just really gets behind the disc so well, and it's so effortless sometimes. A lot of power.
Oh, man. Chris with another mid-range. Just wishing he could have got past that tree, but the root grabs him, and he's going to go roller perhaps from here.
Yeah, and that's a long distance away and an awkward angle. That's going to go high. Oh, but it's raced around the corner, which is a huge break to even get that next bounce down.
Yeah, from there he should be able to see the basket.
Yeah, if that had stayed up around the corner, almost impossible to get up and down from there.
James also going to try the roller. This is early.
Yep, racing up tight.
Can
But
it bounce off the fence? Not really.
It,
Little bounce, but I could imagine a shot if you came up there with not too much angle where you could kind of roll along the wall.
yeah.
And gain some distance. He didn't quite get that.
And Drew going for the low forehand. I like this play. I like the skip forward. Can he get past the second? Okay, he's going to have Mozzarella City in this way, but
Yeah, but only about 42 feet, so pretty doable distance. Alex.
this is just like a walk in the park for Alex at this point. His only concern is going too far, which he has done by a long shot. Don't see that too often.
No, you don't.
Forehand hyzer.
And his tee shot wasn't even that big.
Mm-mm. Good effort from Chris. That's
Yeah.
very well done from the awkward stance.
Great approach.
James is going to take another par. Drew.
Whoa.
Come on. Incredible putt.
Spin putt.
Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Put that on the highlight reel for the tournament. That's fantastic.
Awesome putt from Drew.
He kind of looked like a Winthrop eagle with his hands stretched out there. And Russ, he is on fire.
Yeah, he is.
6 under for the round. And look at that jump putt. That's why that 45% for the Circle 2 is like the way it is. Incredible.
And all three of them at 15 now. James, while pending this putt. James in for par, 15 under. Drew 15 under. Alex 15 under.
Now, this is some hot golf from our chase card. And this is Garrett Gerthy's third shot from an OB stroke off the tee on hole 5.
600 plus foot roller to there.
Well, that was double G, and we're moving right along to triple G, Gregaga.
With a big time birdie putt outside the circle on hole 5 and throw us right into our UDisc leaderboard check-in. Chris Clemens hanging on, but that -1 doesn't look too good compared to Alex Russell's -6.
He's definitely charging. And our winner is Michael Whitwer. Chris Clemens in the lead now, but we'll take
off from the chase card.
Well, we'll have to see about that. I will say I saw Garrett Gerthy's roller off the tee looking back. I was on the green, and I saw a disc rolling, and I was thinking to myself, whose second shot is throwing a roller? And everyone was by the tee, and it was 200 feet past the ditch that is like 500 feet from the tee.
I've never even made it to the ditch.
We couldn't figure out what was happening, and then we realized, oh, Garrett Gerthy's behind us.
Incredible.
Yeah, he throws some of the longest, most incredible rollers. We're on to the triple bean chili hole.
Yeah, here we go. Par 4, hole 9. Alex definitely going to go for the Lima as a forehand specialist.
And he actually has too much distance sometimes for his own good that needs to slow down.
Oh, no.
And you think, man, you're on fire. You just thrown a beautiful shot. And that is punished because you have to not throw that far on this hole.
Yeah, he needs it not to turn over. He doesn't need that left movement.
Yep. Oh, that's such a... I mean, that was a user error. The shot that went out of bounds on hole 5, second shot, was a bad break.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, you would hit it more than 18 inches from the water, but still, you don't deserve to go left.
That will be the first mistake we have seen from Alex Russell. He'll still be in position to save par from the drop zone. It's only 366 feet from there, and Drew Gibson will have to do the same as he is out of bounds off his tee, but James Conrad has put that right in the middle of the Lima. He's going to be heading to the Peanut Bean in too. This needs to sit down. Oh, it is flying straight. That's a mid-range. I thought he might have thrown a driver. And that's in the really nice spot for Chris.
Beautiful. And that final bean is a jelly bean. I want to clarify that. That's a place of sweetness. It's not a savory place. You find yourself there and you're tasting sweet. It's all jelly.
Have you ever had a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Nate?
No.
Well, you should try one time, buddy. They're delicious and sweet.
That was a great shot from the drop zone by Alex. Drew going to see if he can get a similar distance on the disc. Low hyzer, forward skip, loving it.
He's got peanuts on his mind. That's a great shot from Drew.
And we've got Chris moving a little left, little short. Yeah. See if he can get one of those kind of tweener putts. He needs to start hitting those. And James, mid-range, flat release. A little short, but in the circle, I believe.
That's an MD4. The story behind that disc is someone tried to give that to Eagle, and Eagle's like, James Conrad likes these. Go give it to him. And James Conrad's been throwing it ever since.
Man, and Chris just low from just outside the circle.
James Conrad's connecting. He's got a birdie. He's moving to 400 on the front nine. That's a 29 on the par 33 front. That's a good score to walk away with on a very scoreable back nine.
Great save. And Alex has a chance to do the same.
6 down on the front nine is not a score you see very often. That's a huge number. 27 on the front nine. Just 1-5, 1-4, and 3 twos to back it up. That is smoking hot front nine. And Chris Dickerson, 300 on the front nine. You got to feel like he's thinking that was like a 3 over with all the missed putts he had.
Yeah.
And he's still shooting really well. If he can clean up these putts in the back nine, man, he is off to a really good start.
Not many holes left, just 27 more in the United States Championship. Come on back and join us for round 3 back nine coverage from very hot Rock Hill, South Carolina.